on my way to a town that difficult to remember the name. It's in between Battambang and Phnom Penh, but I'm going there only because the bus does not go directly to the place I want to go in the south. So I'm hopefully going to go to this middle town, not very big, and then find a bus that'll take me south. If not, then I have to find another bus to go all the way to Phnom Penh and then back down to the south, which is so far out of the way, but it might be the reality. So anyway, I'm on my way to a new place. Let's go. I made it to the bus station. I'm exactly 1 hour too early. The tuk-tuk driver came to the house 30 minutes early. Don't know why, but he did. I didn't want to sit there and make him wait out in the field. Anyway, so I came here early. I guess it gives me time to find breakfast, or at least walk for a minute, explore. There's a market up here. Sometimes it's interesting. But now I don't have a bicycle, so everybody's going to shout at me, tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk, do you want a tuk-tuk? So that's gonna happen. I'm going to go explore for maybe 30 minutes. So I didn't know this existed. There's like a whole market inside a market. It's kind of like that box that they put on Facebook a couple of years ago in the upper right-hand corner when you're browsing on a computer. It's like a Facebook feed within a Facebook feed. You can Facebook while you Facebook. So I don't know if you could see or not, but next to the vegetables and the chopped meat is people selling tons of jewelry. It's just mind-boggling that there's jewelry for sale in a place like this. I just can't wrap my mind around. But not like cheap jewelry where you make it out of cloth or some material, but like gold jewelry for hundreds of dollars. I can't wrap my mind around this scenario. It's a different thing. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing looks appetizing to me at this particular market, so I think I'm going to have to pass and wait until I arrive at my destination. I ate a banana for breakfast at the house. It's just amazing every time I walk through a market like this, every time. I can't help but think about, it wasn't that long ago when the United States, I'm sure, had markets very similar to this, and they were very unclean, very dirty, and the lack of education allowed for such contamination of food, and we just didn't know the dangers of being so dirty. And so I feel very fortunate to have been born where I was born, to have not dealt with this. It's just a crazy scenario of uncleanliness, and nobody seems to care. It's crazy. Even after market number 2, nothing looks appetizing, unfortunately. I think I must wait until the next destination. There's fruit, but I really don't feel like carrying a chunk of fruit on the bus with me. I will go hungry. So I just got off my bus right over there. Super convenient, because the one hotel that I found in this entire city, there's only 4 that I could find, and this particular one is the cheapest, and it happens to be a 2-minute walk out of everywhere. We stopped like right in front of the hotel, so that's kind of cool. It's definitely more expensive than any place I've paid for in Cambodia, but it was the cheapest thing I could find. Welcome to $15 per night. Here is the amazing bathroom. Wow, that's like the first American-style bathroom that I've seen in like forever. The only thing they're missing is a curtain, but it's always a wet bathroom everywhere that I've gone. I cannot remember the last time I've seen a Western bathroom. I bet you it's been over a year. Anyway, so here is the bedroom. They have a lot of woodwork. This is a very large hotel. A lot of woodwork all throughout here. The bed is just insane. Like if you want to buy something like this in America, ooh, maybe. It's not wood. That's why. But yeah, so weird. That was one of the creepiest men I've ever dealt with at a hotel. Like zero personality, just like zero personality, kind of creepy. And then when we get up here, he kind of lingers in this area, and the door is over here. I'm just kind of waiting for him to leave. He's just kind of lingering. I'm like, what the hell? Why is this guy lingering? Anyway, and then he's offering a massage, and I'm like, Jesus, I hope you're... And he's like, no, from the lady. And then he asked me if I want the lady for the night. So within 30 seconds of being in the room, they're offering services. Interesting. That's actually the first time in Cambodia. That's usually a Philippine thing. That was everywhere in the Philippines. Not so much in Thailand, not so much in Vietnam. Yeah, it was a Philippine thing. that I was offered all of the time. Every hotel, ladies, you want women? So yeah, I asked him if there was any bicycles to rent. This is my view, by the way. Yeah. So I asked him if there was any bicycles to rent. He says no. I said, in the whole city you can't rent a bicycle? He says no. So I don't know if this guy's creepy or weird or what it is, but I want to rent a bicycle. That's literally the major reason why I came to this town, because there's a large river right over there, and I like to bike along the river. It's so interesting. There's actually two, but it'd be like a 15-mile stretch if I wanted to go for a really long bicycle trip. Anyway, so I'm gonna go out, walk around, and see what I can find. So the hunt begins to find a bicycle. Never in a million years did I dream it would be a difficult process to find a bicycle. I figured you could rent a bicycle pretty much everywhere in Phnom Penh, pretty much everywhere in Siem Reap, but in this town, apparently not. I don't know if the guy was just being difficult or there's nothing here. I don't know. It's a very small place. It's not too big, so maybe he's right. I started walking 1 minute ago. I have my fingers crossed. So I found a place that would actually rent a bicycle to me. However, it's $15 for 1 day, which is literally insanity. In Phnom Penh, the expensive places were $5 a day, the cheap places were $3 a day, and that was in the city. Same thing in Siem Reap, the exact same prices. So to come to the middle of nowhere, few tourists, and it's more expensive, that just seems ludicrous. So there's a couple places that I'm going to stop and ask and look and see if I can get it for cheaper than that. That's insanity. That's how much I paid for a hotel. So I've checked every other place that I could find. There's a few bicycle outlets here, and nobody rents. They only sell bicycles. I really don't want to buy one. Okay, mission accomplished. I found a bicycle. I was talking to a man, and they do not rent bicycles either, so it was like my last straw, and he actually spoke a little bit of English, which was cool. And because all the other places I had to use my phone, and I said, yeah, I went to everywhere, nobody does this. And he's like, oh, you know what? You can rent my bicycle. How much do you want to pay for it? And I said, $5. And he says, $5? He says, yeah, okay. So he was very excited to get $5 for renting a bicycle all day. And I think that's very, very fair. You know, some people don't make $5 in 1 day here, so that's kind of a big deal. It's basically free money to him, and it's an ugly bike, but I don't really care. There was a lady who just shouted at me. She held up a pig's foot. It was mangled, covered in flies, and it wasn't chopped properly. It was meat was flesh and skin were hanging, and bone was hanging out of this pig leg. And she's just holding it up in the air and shouting at me like, do you want to buy it? Do you want to buy it? No. Does it look like I want to buy a pig leg? Some crazy stuff. One thing that I consistently like about Cambodia is the wide open spaces. This is a park of some kind. Not many people are here, even though the evening is coming. The sun is going down. They do this like perfect blend of nature and openness. I mean, it's not paved. It's obviously dirt, which is more nature-ish, right? And obviously the plant life, and it's amongst the trees, so it's really cool. It's not everything paved. I think what we do in the West is we pave everything and make it cement, which kind of destroys the whole natural feeling, I think. So in my mind, I kind of like this. So I sat down and ordered a coconut at a local place next to the road. I also ordered rice and a meal. I'm not sure what it is. It was a faded picture and nothing was in English, so I'm not sure what I ordered, but we will find out. After this, I think I'm going to go to my hotel, charge my batteries, rest for an hour or two, and then come back out after dark to kind of explore. For now, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for watching. Remember, time is running out. Start living.